Welcome to Everything Gem. This light's kind of screwed up. Oh well. Yeah, let me see. The Red Moon Woman. I've left the radio station behind, and you're joining me in my bedroom. Yay! Let's see. It's late again. I thought I was going to record early, but I didn't. So, let's see how this goes. If you haven't already, like me on Facebook, Everything Gem, or you can find my other one, which is Gem, which is a lot more mania. But Everything Gem is just for the station, or for the podcast itself. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube, please. So I'm going to be doing Kicking It Old School again on Monday. That's the martial arts show that I do at KCA Radio. Monday nights at 5 from 5 to 6, and I'm going to be by myself this week, so I get to do anything I want. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm so excited. Of course, I don't have anything prepared yet, but yes, we will talk about the Masters Hall of Fame, which is coming up August 1st in Long Beach. I don't have a dress yet. Wah, wah, wah. Guess I know what I'm going to be doing this weekend. Maybe. I wonder if I could, glue a bunch of different pieces together, get that stuff that you iron and it sticks everything together, and I can just glue a bunch of pieces together and stuff and maybe make me a dress. I don't know, maybe not so much. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be doing Kicking It Old School, KCA Radio, 1050 at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You'll have me for a whole hour. And I think we only have one more show after that, so it'll be the one that, one or two, the one that comes after the event, so. Anyways, I've also been on Blaine Humble's show on Tuesday and Thursday at chaoticradio.com from 8 to 11. That's a long time. It's a long time, but it's all right. It's going fast. It's just hard to get there in traffic in the morning. So I think I'm going to be taking on an afternoon show there. It's either going to be from 5 to 7 or 4 to 6 or something like that, and talk about all the stuff that I love, which I do anyways. But I'm going to have it a little bit more structured, and I think we're going to start right away, and I'll be able to just play replays or something like that when I have surgery. So that should work out just great. I would tell you to get Blaine's app, but I know he's not going to listen to my podcast, so don't get his app and just get my app, because I'll have him make me an app, and then you can just listen to me like that. That'll be great. So I don't even have his app, and I get shit for it all the time. But yeah, there's just, my phone's not updated, and there's no room, and everything's just very fucked up. So, anyway, I don't want to erase a lot of text messages and stuff like that. So, anyways, let's see. What else do I need to tell you? Okay, I already talked about the Masters Hall of Fame, the fact that I have no dress. Let me see. Surgery at the end of August. That still looks like it's going to happen. If you haven't listened to my vlog, I guess I better do one so that I can tell you exactly what I'm going to tell you right now. What I'm going to tell you is that I have an appointment on August 4th with a plastic surgeon over at City of Hope. So they finally got that far, and we're going to see how that goes. Hopefully it'll be okay. I still have my plastic surgery appointment here for the Loma Linda doctor, and that's on July 30th, I think. And if he's an asshole like the last one, we'll just go to the City of Hope. So we're just kind of this is kind of like double booking, or, when you plan 2 dates, because one of them's just going to, yeah. Anyway, so let's see how that goes. That should all be fine. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, yeah, so I was talking to this place that, I'll tell you this real quick. So I was talking to this alternative, holistic, kind of cancer, blah, 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 whatever. They're in Arizona, so they sent me my plan about how much is it going to cost me, and my treatment and everything, and I was really excited, and it cost $28,000. I was like, kidding me? Oh my god! And then I said that, I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll just, not a problem. Yeah, right. The fuck was I thinking? Oh, I'll figure it out. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna try to update my vlog. If I can do that today. And the topics that we're going to talk about today is Matt fucking Walsh's blog. He's a fucking idiot. Yes, he is. We're going to talk about him. We have a lot of 50 Shades of Grey bullshit to get through tonight. So, yeah, we're going to do that. And we're also going to talk about Charles Orlando's take on 50 Shades of Grey. Anyways, we're also going to talk about the bizarre and disturbing beauty practices. Those are really cool. That's really cool. And some text messages that you can send to your ex. I think it's like right in the nick of time because today is Friday, so let me think. So by tomorrow night, you should be really pissed off at him, and then you'll just have all this, like, all these reference materials, it's just like a variety of fuck off messages. So, I'm a resource. I'm a resource for you. Anyway, I already told you my boob update, and I don't think I need to do that. But again, check out my sick boob vlog. Oh yeah, and I was gonna tell you. You know what happened? A friend of mine also got diagnosed. I just found out today, and she's at stage 2, and it's kind of weird because she was kind of trying to help me and stuff like that. And then I said, you should really have that biopsy. She goes, I've had it for a long time. I said, no, you should really have that biopsy. And so today it came back, she has stage 2. So since I'm not going to mention her name or talk too much about her because she's still getting through all the bullshit emotional crap, yeah, I'll just update you on my vlog. So anyway, body painting. I got my first picture. It's okay. It's kind of a little bit confusing. It has this background of this yin and this yang thing, and it's all right. And you can kind of like see my nipples, but not very much nipplage in it. But all in all, I like it. So I'm hoping that I can have a few of those printed, and I'll be doing the 8x10 pictures and hopefully the 11x17 or something like that. I'll put something fancy on it, something like really cool saying or something like that. And we're scheduling the next one. I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but we'll be sure to hurry up and do that. I haven't went dumpster diving, but tonight, you know what? It's Friday night. I might just like get bold and go and like scope out a few dumpsters. So, yeah. And if I have enough room on my phone, then I'll record myself checking out these dumpsters because I started thinking, like I was telling you last time, I started thinking all these things. Is there like, are they already in bags or is the bread just like randomly thrown in there or what? So, but anyway, I want to make sure that I select the right dumpster. So maybe I'll just go look at a few tonight. Who knows? I don't think I'm going to be like pulling shit out of it to eat and stuff, but at least I want to know that I have the right one because if I go to one that doesn't bake stuff, then I'm in trouble. So anyways, maybe I don't know, the way things are going, maybe I'll end up skipping this whole dumpster thing. But I really am intrigued. Anyway, that being said, we're going to also talk about these stupid roller coaster accidents and stuff like that. Because the funniest one is the Fabio one. So when we get to that segment, it'll be really funny because he's just bizarre looking. I don't know. But anyway, Film Craft Fest, October 11th. It's at Ritual Brewing Company. It's actually this guy I met. He was actually on Blaine's show. He is trying to bring a lot more entertainment over to Redlands, over to the Inland Empire. I guess that there's like, I don't know, all this criteria and stuff like that, that when they film outside of 60-mile radius from Los Angeles, they don't have to pay certain taxes and fees and permits and stuff like that. So most people, when they think of the Inland Empire, they don't really think of Redlands. They think about San Bernardino and all that kind of stuff. So he's going to have a film festival, and it's, like I said, October 11th, and it's going to be hosted at Ritual Brewing Company, at least for right now. I don't know how big that place is, but we'll have to go see. And he's also going to be doing some classes and things like that, and hopefully we'll be doing some kind of an entertainment segment on my new podcast, so that would be really cool. So if you have movies and stuff that you are working on or anything that's related to that, please hit me up. Find me on Facebook. So anyway, so let's talk about this idiot. So Matt Walsh has this blog, and I think he's going to do a podcast now. And he started talking about 50 Shades of Grey, which, for those of you who don't know, which I'm pretty sure most everybody that would listen to my crazy podcast would know what 50 Shades of Grey is. Even though I haven't read the book myself, I have no desire to read it because I have a short attention span, as you guys have not figured out, right? Right. So I'd probably get to like one page and say, oh, shoot, forget it. I'll just go masturbate myself and just whatever. Sorry, I said that. So 50 Shades of Grey is about this girl who meets this guy, and they have this torrid relationship filled with all kinds of scandalous sex and blah, 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 and whatever. Something like that. So whatever. Apparently this guy, Matt Walsh, and I have to read you some of the stuff that he talks about because it's a big old story that he posts. I guess, I don't know if he's like this Christian dude or whatever, but he has 219,344 likes on his Facebook, which of course are mostly women. So, like, he addresses this whole thing by saying, to the women of America. And he tells them how that this is a truly seminal moment in history. The weight of our future, our children's future, and our children's children's future are at stake. Because of a fucking movie. Because of a fucking movie. Really? Yeah. Okay. And it's not... Here's the thing. Like, if it was, like, some kind of documentary, you know, like a historical movie, or, I don't know, something that really had... some serious life content in it. I mean, this is all fictitious, you know what I mean? Then maybe I would buy that. But basically, he tells women not to buy tickets, to let this be one of those thumbs down movies and let them make no money and everything. And he's kind of telling them to do it as a punitive thing so that they feel like, you know, they're punished and stuff like that. And they shouldn't have made that movie and they shouldn't be doing that to society and so forth and so on. He says it's, let's see. He wants to make it a categorical and unanimous rejection of what is sure to be the most abominable, morally and mentally bankrupt ensemble of subpar acting and stilted dialogue ever cobbled together and presented through any medium to any audience anywhere at any point in history. Yeah, this guy didn't get the job he wanted, obviously. So I was just thinking, like, why would these women even do that? It's just really ridiculous. If you don't like the fucking movie, don't go watch it. If you're not interested, don't go watch it. I mean, it really is that simple. But why do we have to lash out at it? I don't think that there's anything that's going to be on TV that's going to change the way my kids think about stuff. If I've raised them and instilled certain values in them, I think that they'll be able to figure things out themselves. And yeah, would I go watch it with my kids? Yes. Let me tell you, that Don John shit, or John Don, or whatever the fuck it was called, with that little cute little guy, I can't remember his name. That was like filled with all kinds of sex scenes and so forth. It's funny because I was telling my daughter when I was young, my dad used to watch, you know, when I'd be watching TV with my parents, it'd be like they would kiss and I'd be like, oh geez, oh God, I gotta be in the bathroom. So, you know, you could not even share that with your parents. But I think it's really critical to watch these things with your kids because you can't make sex something that you don't talk about. So, you know, once you start showing that like you're embarrassed about it or it's wrong or something, they're not going to come and approach you. I mean, if you can't watch it on TV, they're sure the hell ain't going to talk to you about it, right? So, and my kids watch Planet of the Apes and other stuff, and my son's not putting on a monkey mask and stuff like that. But hey, who knows about Matt's fucking kids? They might be really fucked up. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, they might be doing like the BDSM thing at home, brothers and sisters. I don't know, shit. He's apparently very worried about it for whatever reason. Another one of the things he says is it romanticizes a sociopathic pervert who sexually dominates a young, impressionable woman. Dear God, if that could only happen to me, I'd be fulfilled. I could die tomorrow. Every woman's dream, right? I don't know. Like I said, I didn't read the book. When I watched the movie, yeah. And you know what? To be honest with you, probably when I walk out the door, I'm not going to remember a fucking thing anyway. Anyway, it's so funny because I know at the beginning of his blog, he was talking about like men, how, you know, like men are kind of going to be like giving in and possibly going to watch the movie with women. And the men that I talked to, they said, hell yeah, I'm taking this other bitch because when she gets done with that movie, she's going to be hot as fuck and we're going back to her house. So they're going to get laid. I mean, who wouldn't do that? For the price of a movie ticket and some popcorn? Come on now. Are you insane? They don't even have to buy you don't even have to buy dinner. Just go to the movies. Go to the movies, do the late show, you're good to go. Trust me, she's going to be so into that movie, and plus you don't want her, like, eating too much popcorn anyway, because then she's going to get gas, and the whole thing's going to be a disaster. But anyway, that's beside the point. So, I mean, she's not going to really eat that much popcorn. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, I have not heard any guys say that that would be the case otherwise. You know, like, oh, I'm just going to go because she wants me to, and I'm going to pretend that I enjoy it. Don't even fucking pretend you enjoy it. Really. I mean, it's just roll with it. You know what I mean? Just roll with it for what it's worth. Anyway, let's see. What are the other stupid things he says? A post condemning pornography and the same ones gushing frantically about this. Okay, so basically what he starts talking about is the women that he talks to or that are on his Facebook or whatever, they all complain about pornography, which I don't even fucking know what pornography is anymore. Do you know what pornography is? Because I really don't know what pornography was. I watched Killer Joe, so I'm asleep again. I know you guys have heard the story. TV's on, which I don't even pay attention to. I wake up because for some reason I don't know, like that porn, soft porn crap comes on, and I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh, jeez, the Lord. But anyway, my TV's over there. That's what I'm doing. But Killer Joe is on, and it's like Matthew McConaughey getting a blowjob from, I think it's Gina Gershon, I can't even remember, and she's all full of blood, and she's on her knees, and he's got his hand on her head, and he's got like a gun to her too, and I'm like, is that pornography? I mean, yeah. I mean, would you consider that pornography? Because I kind of considered it pornography because it showed him, pretty much, without showing everything, he pretty much finishes and everything, and you can tell they go through all that whole thing, and I'm saying, I think that's pornography. With a twist because of the gun and stuff like that. So, it's like just up a few notches. But, and that's just like on HBO and stuff. So, what is pornography anymore? I guess when it makes you uncomfortable, all of a sudden it's pornography. Stupid, huh? Yeah, it's really fucking stupid. I think that there's a million shades of gray between that. I mean, you could, I have no clue. Because before, you wouldn't see regular actors, whatever that means, regular actors and actresses getting naked and stuff. And now they're just like naked all the time. So, what the hell, right? Fuck it. So, he's talking about, again, like how these women that are condemning porn and saying, oh, yeah, my husband's watching this and blah, 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 so forth and so on, how these are the women that are going to rush to the theaters to watch the movie. Well, they probably are. Because they're probably fucking hypocritic bitches like he is. Yeah, they are. And you know what? Big deal. Because you know what? This is probably the kind of shit that they can only fantasize about because their husband at home won't do it with them. That's why he's watching porn. Because they can't communicate and they can't figure out what each other want. So she's got to go watch it at the movie theater while he watches it at home. And they'll just never touch each other and be bored. Or maybe they'll just do like missionary for the next 100 years. And like it'll be like that hall sex. Fuck you. Fuck you too, honey. But anyway, I don't get the whole thing. Oh, he also says that there's public emasculation in there. Well, I don't know about that, but I want to see it, whatever it is. No. He also talks about, I guess, the people that are into those type of sexual experiences or that kind of a lifestyle, for the lack of a better word. He calls them, he says that we're going to do, that the entertainment business or Hollywood is appealing to the lowest common denominator, trolls. He probably doesn't have kids because he probably doesn't even know how to have sex. Or he might be suffering from the small wiener syndrome, which happens a lot lately. Yeah, I've just been talking about that with my friend, but that's a whole different topic, so we're not going to go there right now, but I'm almost 100% sure that Matt Walsh has a little pecker. So, am I going to get in trouble for saying this stuff? I don't think so. Anyway, he also talks about our freedom, that we should take back our freedom. It's like $10. It's $10 that you're not going to spend or whatever. What the fuck? How does he say it? Let me see. We have too much character and self-respect to spend $10 watching this monstrosity. And he talks about freedom. Well, let me tell you what I think freedom is. Freedom, to me, is being able to watch whatever movie that I want. And then I can decide for myself if I like it or not. So here, this whole blog is very manipulative. He's talking about the industry manipulating us, but really he's talking to a bunch of dumb fucks that are agreeing with him because they cannot, they cannot communicate or express themselves effectively enough, and they don't have a mind of their own. They're just going to buy into all this moral bullshit. I mean, come on. Anyway, what else does he say that's good? He says, let me try to explain why you, women of America, of course, women don't really watch my podcast, but anyway, are too good for this movie. More manipulative bullshit. He's, we have to do the pathos and all that kind of crap, all that kind of stuff. He's appealing to the emotional side and your ego. He's appealing to your ego. He says, because you aren't stupid. So he talks about that. That's his number one reason. He's going to give us, I think, 4 stupid-ass reasons of why we shouldn't watch this thing. I could probably give you 100 why you shouldn't read his blog or listen to his bullshit, but That's another topic. So, anyways, one of them's, yeah, because you're not stupid. So, of course, people are going to say, oh my gosh, you're right. I'm not stupid. Therefore, I shouldn't go. I think she just got off the stripper pole. Let me see. Because you don't go for a cynical, boring corporate marketing plays. You know, life's too fucking serious. Some days I would love nothing more than to go for a cynical, boring corporate marketing ploy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bring them on. Some days I just would like to just sit there just like comatose and be just... Actually, I do sit there like that. Okay, no, never mind. I could entertain myself enough as it is. I could just like sit there and I'll be just like, and I'm really just like self-entertaining myself. So if I can just like sit in front of a screen and just like be amongst people, so I'm not entertaining myself alone, I'll be perfectly happy. And if I like catch a couple ideas of this or that, or yeah, that'll be good. So things don't have to be complicated to be entertaining or amusing. I mean, okay, knowing me, I'm gonna go and laugh a lot of the time. It's like, oh my God, and I'll be thinking of all these weird things about. Yeah, I'll let you know. But I know I'm going to be thinking of all these weird things. Oh, yeah, and he's really pissed off that it's coming out on Valentine's Day. Who gives a fuck? Valentine's Day is stupid anyway. It really is. You can't even get into a restaurant, and you have to wait for like 3 hours for dinner, and then you got to spend $1 gazillion, and it's not even worth it. And then you're like so full, you don't want to fuck. I mean, you don't want to, it's just, yeah, it's too much gas. It's just like all that, yeah. Okay, so Valentine's Day, we should just like go in a big group to go see the movie, because that would be really, really funny. Okay, so let's see, what else does he say? Oh, I love this. Oh wait, but before I say this, I have to let you know, he hasn't even read the fucking book. He hasn't read the book, and he's so critical of this whole thing. Oh my God, I've been talking about this idiot for 20 minutes already. Anyway, he hasn't read the book, but he says, this isn't really a film. Film is art. Art exists for a reason. It speaks to us. It communicates a truth. Art is beautiful, moving, real. This sounds like one of those guys that covers up the naked statues and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Oh, wait, that's right. It's not art if he doesn't like it, because he doesn't know what subjective is. Because it has to be beautiful to him, and it has to be moving to him. Well, let me tell you, there's going to be some beautiful shit that I'm going to be watching when I'm watching that movie, and there is going to definitely be some shit more. So he is wrong. But who says that? You know what I mean? It's like, what's art to me is not necessarily art to you, or art to the guy that's sitting over there, or art to the person that's sitting over there. I mean, everybody's art is different. You know what I mean? And that's the great thing about art. You know what I mean? But my favorite thing, okay, I'm kind of digressing a little bit. You know how that goes. I love to see pictures or take pictures where I can just see the back of people, because it kind of like stimulates that thought, and I start thinking, gosh, I wonder what their expression is, and I look at their body language, and it's just something completely different. So, at face value, yeah, this is probably a cheesy movie, and yes, I read some of the lines and stuff like that, and they do sound pretty corny and pretty stupid, but who cares? I mean, that's the way they interpret it. Here's the other thing. You have people that are directors, and you have people that are doing all the props and all the stage hands and the APs and the interns and everybody, and they are using what they're doing is an art form as well. So by him like degrading the movie in itself, he's really kind of putting down everybody else that worked on it, and that pretty much sucks. It really does. And especially since he hasn't even read it, that makes no sense to me. I mean. And then again, why would you listen to a guy talk about a movie which he hasn't seen, nor has he read the book? So, I mean, how valid could that be? You know what? Let's just put a witness on the stand who knows nothing about the case and doesn't even know what she's witnessing to. That makes sense. Wow, how credible is that? All right. Anyway, he talks about it being a marketing gimmick. Everything's a marketing gimmick. You have to have some kind of a marketing gimmick to make any kind of money in this world, and you have to have money because you have to like survive, and that's what everything does. So, of course, everything's a marketing gimmick. Tell me one thing that's not a marketing gimmick. His bullshit is a marketing gimmick. He calls himself, a sayer of truth. That's a fucking marketing gimmick. Because he's obviously telling what's his truth. He's not even telling the world's truth. How can he be so egotistical to think that he knows the truth? I mean, what is the truth, right? I guess I just hate this guy. I don't even know if I want to finish this. All right, I'll finish. Shit. Let me see. Let's see. It exists to be consumed and for no other reason. Of course it does, idiot. Everything is consumed or used or something in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't matter what it is. You know, I use my hands. Plant is used for, well, right there it's used so you don't see some of my white doors that aren't painted yet. But, you know, everything's used and consumed in some way, shape, or form. And if he thinks that there isn't anything that does that, then obviously he's not very bright. So, yeah, anyway, he goes on. He starts talking about religion and bullshit like that. I don't know how much I want to get into that. But he says, then he starts talking about sex. He says, in here, let me see, it's loveless sex and degradation. I could probably think of more people right now who are interested in having some loveless sex than people I could think of that are interested in, what is not the opposite of loveless sex? That want to have that love kind of thing going on. It's more, people pretty much, it just gets too complicated and there's too much drama. And so a lot of people really do want to have loveless sex. And you know what? You kind of have like this freedom, this is my opinion, to kind of be a little bit more exploratory and stuff if you're not like hung up on the whole emotions and offending somebody or not. Because if it's loveless, then you're like, if you try something and they don't like it, you're like, ah, sorry, okay, moving on. But, you know, you're like, oh, shit, now I got to go home with them. And, man, am I still going to get dinner? And am I going to hear her bitch about it the whole time and say, why do you think I would do this? So, you know, kind of gives you this whole other level of freedom, you know, to express yourself in a different way and stuff. And as far as degradation, there are a lot of people that like that. And, you know, maybe it's not something that they practice in their real life, but for some people, you know, it's part of their fantasy. So who am I to say that that's wrong or immoral or whatever, right? Anyway, let me see. He talks about like the message in it and stuff like that. And I don't really even think there has to be a message. I think that you create your own message. Whatever you take from that movie, that's up to you. Good, bad, indifferent, who cares? Oh, here's the one that we love so much. Reason number 3, because you're a Christian. Amen. Okay, now I am a recovering Catholic, so I'm not going to shit on anybody else that's out there that's a Christian. Technically, yes, I am still, you know, by definition, a Christian. But I think that when people use that as an excuse for their behavior, that's evil. And a lot of people do that, you know what I mean? Let me see. He starts quoting things in the Bible that says sexual immorality, impurity, and lustful pleasures, blah, 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 all this stuff. Again, you know, what was considered immoral a few years ago is no longer immoral. Just like we were talking about tattoos. Like, tattoos used to be more taboo. They're not really taboo anymore. Everything changes. So, I mean, I don't even see how we can talk about it. You want to talk about that? Let's talk about concubines. Come on, let's talk about concubines. Okay, so men were married, and then they had other women that they were having sex with, and they'd say, "Oh yeah, it's because I want to have other kids and stuff like that." Right? But anyway, they would have a ton of them, and their wives knew, and they lived there too. So I mean, we're talking about like little Utah or whatever. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the Bible. You can't just like pick and choose. And since we don't even have the whole Bible, what does it even matter anyways? Because we don't have all of it. It's like making the damn recipe and not having so many ingredients, and the recipe is going to be all fucked up anyway. So we might as well just like bypass that. But yeah, he talks about the whole thing. And he says sex is an act of love, an act of giving. I don't know what you guys think sex is. I put that, sex is an act of. I kind of like wanted people to fill in that blank. People said sex is an act of pleasure, or sex an act of nature, and there's some other comments on my Facebook about that. It's just like humans and dolphins are the only ones that have sex actually for pleasure. Everybody else does it for procreation purposes. So, I mean, sex is an act of love. I don't think necessarily it is. If you even look back in biblical times and think about it, Noah was boinking his family members so that he could procreate. But is he talking about the incestuous behavior that was going on there? No. So was it an act of love? I don't really think so. I think it was kind of more an act like his duty. You know what I mean? Okay, well, I got to fill this world up with people again because they all got drowned in the flood and they're all floating around like little ants and da-da-da-da-da. But anyway, so he's like wanking his family members. Hey, son, can I borrow your wife because I need to get her pregnant because we need to procreate and blah, blah, blah. I mean, does anybody ever talk about that? I mean, do we just like, oh yeah, Noah's Ark, he was wonderful. He saved all the animals and everything. And yeah, that was like really beautiful. And it was like 40 days and 40 nights. And now we have all this amazing stuff. And da-da-da-da-da. We're not going to mention the incestuous behavior. Yep. Another topic, right? So, anyway, so all this, let me see, all this from a man who hasn't even read the book. And he also says, it's self-seeking. All the program is, the movie is, the sex in there is self-seeking. It's never honest, never truthful, never trusting, and never protecting. I don't even understand what never protecting is, because when I think about protection and sex, I'm thinking about condoms and stuff. So I'm really not sure what that whole thing means, but whatever. And then he also wants to use the excuse, which is number 4, because you're a feminist. Okay. I don't even know what a feminist is anymore, because that's really got like all screwed up and stuff. Like it was pretty clear like in the 60s and 70s, and now forget it. I don't even know if I'm a feminist, or I don't even know what I am. I'm something kind of an ist. I'm not a gemist. I'm some kind of an ist. Maybe I'm a podcastist. Maybe I am I'm not really sure what kind of an ist I am, but I must have an ist at the end of one of the things that I do somewhere. And but he does, I was like looking at that, like, okay, because you're a feminist, that's just really stupid in itself. He says it's a disturbing fantasy about a wealthy man physically dominating a woman who could ever be considered acceptable in your circle. I think it was supposed to be could never be considered acceptable in your circle. I don't know. And I don't only think that really matters. And I think that that's almost like a super, like, that's an attraction. I have to say opposites attract. You know what I mean? And I mean, that in itself, a lot of times even just talking to somebody, there's that intrigue of how somebody else lives and stuff, and their thought process and stuff like that. And sometimes even sharing what you know. And we're not necessarily even talking about sex, just like life stuff with somebody that's from a completely different lifestyle and taking a different perspective and stuff. I mean, there's value in that to me. I don't know. Anyway, let me see. He talks about adventures of being manhandled. I like that idea. We're going to stop talking about him. But I am going to talk a little bit about Charles Orlando's blog on it, and I will post that. And I actually really like that dude. There's a few things that he says a little bit weird, but, we're not going to agree on everything. But he does talk about how, women like a confident man, and how this guy is well kept and he can provide for her and stuff like that. And that she really, they really keep all that stuff in the bedroom, and it allows her to go ahead and explore and stuff. I think that's why a lot of women go to see this, because they think, okay, well, if they're showing it in a movie theater, it must be okay to watch. I mean, that's just how it is. You know what I mean? It's just, that's the same thing with like people getting killed, or, things being brutalized. It's like, well, if they're showing it, and if lots of people are looking, then it's okay. If lots of people are doing it, then all of a sudden it's okay. Which, yeah, that kind of is true. So all these women that are like not brave enough to just like research and do it on their own, they found this excuse and this way that they can go ahead and do this, which is, you know what? It's all right. It's all right. I think it is. I mean, maybe a lot of women won't be so like stuck up and snotty and decide that they don't want to have sex anymore because they go through menopause, and maybe like just the idea that they'll be able to explore their sexuality and be more comfortable with it in itself would be really good. So I think it's kind of like a service or whatever. But I will post his thoughts on it, which I really, really, really liked. So, and he also just talks about like the more confident a guy is, and things like that, the more comfortable the woman becomes, and there's this better communication all the way around and stuff. So, and looks like all my notes got really mixed up. But anyway, we're going to talk about some of the bizarre and disturbing beauty practices. Oh my gosh, it's already like 34 minutes into it. Okay, so anyways, I thought this was really interesting. I posted it on Facebook, so if you haven't went to my Facebook, that's the Everything Gem Facebook, please do it, and then you can see these in detail, which you really won't need to, but just like it anyways, because it'll really help me out if you like my page. So I guess for like hair dye, they used to mix like cow's blood, henna, and crushed tadpoles. I used to use henna before. I actually like henna. But I wouldn't really think about using the cow blood. But I guess like if I didn't really have, like if I couldn't go to Walgreens and buy the box with the shaky thingy in it, I might just, I'm not really sure how that came about. Hey, you know what? I really want my hair to be a different color. Why don't we try cow's blood? You're so smart. Yeah, we'll mix it with like some crushed tadpoles and stuff. Yeah. That sounds like a really good idea. I don't know how that came about, but anyways, apparently, I guess maybe it's yeah. I mean, like, I wonder if it like got all dry and crusty. You know how like blood gets like scabby? I mean, did you like leave it on your hair until your hair was like all scabby and is ew? But anyway, that one I'm not really sure if I would do that, but it's like it's not the worst one. Like, there's another one right here: bathing in crocodile shit. Now, I don't even know how big crocodile shit is. I was like, excuse me, can I have 40 pounds of crocodile shit, please? I can just see my bathtub filling with crocodile shit, right? Anyway, I guess it's supposed to be good for your skin. It's supposed to be like some kind of anti-aging thing. Maybe we should try that now instead of that damn oil of Olay and all the other. Here's the thing. We're still putting animal crap on our skin. You know what I mean? Have we really changed? We really haven't really progressed that much. You know what I mean? It's like the red dye that's in our lipstick and stuff. It's those little crushed up little bugs and stuff like that. That's just repulsive. I wear red lipstick though. But I try to get the vegan stuff. But again, that's another topic because remember, the skin is the largest organ in the body. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, they used to do lead facials. I thought this was really pretty interesting. And here's the thing. It was preferred that you were very, very pale. Because if you were pale, then that meant that you were inside and you weren't outside working. So if you were like toasty brown like I am, that meant that pretty much you were a mere peon in the scheme of life. So, and go figure. Now then white bitches are trying to get tans. I don't know. But anyway, they would, so if you're white, you're rich. Which is kind of weird because, you know, you have like that whole white thing that people used to think of before because everybody else is considered a minority. So I'm not really sure how that whole thing works. But anyway, really, white people are really the minority now. But anyway, they used to do like this lead and calcium carbide and hydro blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And yeah, they essentially, I guess they're bleaching their skin, right? But can you imagine, like, they must have got like lead poisoning and stuff to some extent, right? I mean, I would think. Okay, this one is really, really, really crazy. Okay, so they would have like these belladonna eyes. Okay, I wonder if my eyes are like that. What it? Okay. Anyway, belladonna eyes. They would put like this berry juice in their eyeballs, and it would enlarge their pupils. Isn't that how tweakers look? Like they have. Okay. Anyway, they would enlarge their pupils, but it wasn't such a good idea because eventually they fucking went blind. I love that. My pupils look really good, but I'll be dead tomorrow. Yeah, that one I don't think I'm gonna do. Okay, this one is really good. Okay, so they used to use urine as a mouthwash and to brighten their teeth. Who thought of that? Wait a second. You get a cup, and you're just like, yeah. Can you imagine spitting that at somebody? Yeah, that's just insane. Oh, look at that urine, really. Good stuff. Yeah, who even thought about that? I mean, but you know, urine is sterile. When it comes right out of your body, it's sterile, and it does have certain disinfectant properties in it. So, That wasn't so crazy. You know, have you ever seen that that one show where that lady is like on that? She's not even on a diet, but she drinks her own pee and it's continuous and stuff like that. That's insane. And she drinks it, and she'll be like at the dinner table, and she'll have her little glass of piss right there while she's eating and stuff. That's insane. And if she bathes in it, and she rubs it on her body, and it feels really good because she's putting her urine all over her body, and it belongs to her. Okay, so that one's different. Okay, so get this one. This one I really love too. Okay, they would thick eyebrows were supposed to be the thing, right? Okay, I don't have shit for eyebrows. That's a whole other story though too, because like I like shaved my eyebrow off completely once when I was a little kid. But anyway, they get like patches of mouse fur and put it on their eyebrows. I guess that's pretty resourceful. That one I might do. Yeah, I might just do that one. You know, fuck it. After I get out of the dumpster, oh, okay. So here's another good one. Dimple machines. Okay. Some dummy like invented this dimple machine. You know that dimples are really birth defects? Yeah, they really are. But anyway, they had these things that would press into they were spring-loaded knobs, and it was invented in 1936. So dimples. Okay, but you know what? Plastic surgery is insane. So I'm thinking, okay, like something pressed into your skin like this, what's going to give you dimples, or like a facelift where they cut like your skin off and like pull it off of your face and pull it back. What's crazier, right? Anyway. So this was really, really groovy. I really like this one. Okay, so you know how they used to wear those really big wigs? Kind of like the 80s. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of like my hair is like the poof going on here. But anyway, they wear these really big wigs, right? And they actually were stuck to this wooden frame that they put on their head. I wonder if that's what the phrase hard-headed came from. She a hard-headed bitch. She's like, oh, fuck. Anyway, the hair is glued on there, but get this, in order to keep the wig on, the bitch had to use bear grease or beef lard, and she'd smear that on her head with the wig on top. Oh, fuck me. I'm so sorry. Okay, and then get this. Well, I'm crying. Well, at night, they take off their wig, right? But the lard used to attract rats! You got this pale, urine mouth smelling, dilated eye, mouse patch eyebrow bitch in your bed. You need to watch 50 Shades of Grey! God save me. But wait! Well, I have to let you know that that bitch with the rats on her head and all that stuff, she was on the tapeworm diet because that's a really good idea. Actually, I have a friend who's on the tapeworm diet. Not really. Not intentionally, anyway. So I guess they would, like, swallow these pills with tapeworms. I'm thinking, okay, if they can already, like, make pills with tapeworms in them, I mean, you think that they'd be able to come up with something better, right? Anyway, so they'd swallow these pills of tapeworms, and when the tapeworms get all fat and stuff because they're eating all this shit inside your stomach and you're getting skinny and everything like that, they do like this. They remove them by some painful process, which I don't even want to know about that. Okay, like in my mind, I'm thinking large hook up your ass or something. I mean, I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, yeah, okay, but you're skinny. You're skinny. And you got, like, the mouse eyebrows going on and the berry eyeballs, and you're going to be blind tomorrow, and your mouth smells like urine, and everything's good! And your skin smells like alligator shit, and my hair smells like cow blood! Woo! I'm the girl for you. Oh, wait! I wish I could play the drums because we don't have drum roll. I'm going to have to like check out these emoticons because I'm probably going to need one here because this one's just ridiculous. Okay, so they do this foot binding thing. Oh my god, my time is almost up. They do this foot binding thing and they They actually break your toes and they wrap your feet so they prevent them from growing because the ideal foot length is 3 inches. So you have like fucking hooves. Man, imagine that shit in your bed. You know, I have like big old feet, so I'm probably never gonna get married. I'm way bigger than 3 inches. I'm sure I've already broken my toes too. So, but anyway, it made you like more eligible for marriage. But anyway, yeah, your feet shouldn't be more than 3 inches long. So anyway, yeah. Woo! I'm gonna like click one of these things just because I want to. That was a good article, huh? I gave me the thumbs up. I'm so happy I did that. Okay, so let's go on. Whew. So anyway, so after he figures out that my eyes are messed up and I smell like alligator shit and all that kind of stuff, we're going to break up. And I'm going to need some of these exes texts. So I'm just going to give you a few helpful hints. And if you go on my Facebook, Everything Gem, or if you look, you can probably find it on Twitter too because it posts there too. But you can find all these helpful hints to blow these people off. Aren't you excited? You don't even have to think about it yourself. So here are some of the ones that, these are some of my favorite. I think there's 17. I probably picked about 6 or so. Anyway, here we go. This person got straight to the point. So here's one person saying, "You'll never find someone like me." And the other person saying, "That's the point." I like that one. That's just like pretty much cut and dry. Here's another one. This person is pretending to be an error message. So one person says, "Hey." The other person says, "Error. Your message could not be sent. The ex you're trying to reach has moved on. Error number 2 years. Fucking wasted." I love that one. Let me see. Here we go. This person believes that honesty is the best policy. Isn't that a bunch of bullshit? Anyway, I still want you. Of course you do. I'm fucking perfect. That one's good, huh? I love that one. Here's the person who asks the important questions. "Hey." "Hi." "I can't stop thinking about you." Were you thinking about me when you had your lips on that other girl? I can't remember if I was supposed to say girl or guy, but yeah, I get that. That's pretty good. But that one's like, I don't know. That one's iffy. Let me see. The person throwing major shade. "Hey, you free tonight?" "Who is this?" "You know who this is." "Sorry." "No, I don't." Stop being an asshole. Question. "We dated for 2 fucking years." "Oh, Satan." Oh my god, fuck you. I like that one. That's kind of cool. And I'm almost about done with these. Let me see. Here we go. This one's kind of okay. The person laying down the law. "I want to see you. Go on my Instagram." That's a good one. We're going to give another thumbs up on that. I'm doing really good, huh? Using my webcam thing. So I got to get like all the use out of it because then I'm going to go do the show at the other place. So I'm going to like do a couple more of these really groovy things. Let me see. The person calling it like they see it. "Hey." What the fuck you want? Yeah, that one's not so good, huh? That one's not very creative. Yeah. I don't have a thumbs down, so I'm not going to do that. So, but yeah. Let's see what else I got here. See if there's anything worthy. Oh, I got some lips and stuff like that. Oh, wait, I think I have a good one. What is that? Oh, never mind. Wait, okay, I'm going to ask you guys. We're going to look one more time. Please talk to me on Facebook and tell me what this is. All I gotta say is, oh my god, this is one of those days. Okay, let's see. And the person who doesn't have time to play games. "I still want you. Get in line, LOL." That's pretty interesting. Okay, let me see. I'm almost out of time already. Oh my gosh, I have 10 minutes. We're going to talk about some of these stupid amusement park accidents. Those are pretty funny, actually. So if you go on my Facebook, Everything Gem, you'll be able to see the 10 bloody amusement park accidents. And I got that from Listverse because Listverse is one of my favorite lists, even though a lot of them are really stupid. But I like to see the list. And you know what? You can make $100 if you create a list with 10 items and whatever the theme is. I'm recording. They'll give you $100. Yeah, so get cracking. I could do like, how about if I did the 10 most ridiculous podcasts Jem did? I think give you $100 for that. Wait, where's my thumb? Hold on.
Oh, my dog is great. It's not even people. I'm talking to my dog. My dog's at the door trying to get in. He's like, fuck, bitch, I don't care if you're doing a podcast. Let me in. Anyway, 10 bloody amusement park accidents. The thing that I liked is that none of them were in California. However, a lot of them are amusement park, I don't know what you call them, companies, like blah, 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 whatever. But a lot of them were ones that we have here as well. So, like Six Flags. Let me see. Jack, stop. It's my dog. It's really funny because his name's Jack. So, like, if he jumps up on something, we're running around the house going, Jack, off! Jack, off! Jack, off! The neighbors are like, what the hell? Anyway. Oh, Lord. Okay, so the Batman ride in Six Flags in Kentucky. There's a 13-year-old girl on there. This one was this one was probably the one that stood out to me the most. 13-year-old girl. I guess it's the one where, like, it drops you or whatever. And a cable broke. And when the cable broke, it shot up. And I guess it wrapped around her legs and her neck. Can you imagine that? She managed to get it off of her neck, but it tightened around her legs and it tore her feet off. They put her right foot back on and not the left foot. So that would it. Yeah. Okay. Just me thinking about that. That's pretty ugly. I can imagine how that girl felt. I don't even know how, like, if I had that thing, like, wrapped around my neck and I'm, like, falling down, you know, like, really quick, how would you even imagine? I mean, I guess it's kind of like instinct. You would just, like, grab it or something like that. But then it's, like, see it tighten up around your legs. It's just, yeah. Ugh. Anyway. And then, you know, there was another one where they said that one of the cars, you know how they were on, like, that little train thingy and stuff like that. One of them detached, rolled back, and killed, like, 5 people that were waiting there to get on the ride or getting the ride or whatever. That was pretty crazy. Let's see. Six Flags. I didn't put where this one was at, but they had, like, this haunted castle, I guess. And people already knew that it had this idea that it was haunted and stuff like that. But apparently there were 8 teenagers that were burned to death. And they were burned so badly, I guess it just, like, burst into flames for whatever reason. I don't know if they said that why it did. I don't think they really determined that. But they were burned beyond recognition. So that was some serious cooking in there. But yeah, they apparently, it was a temporary location, so they had like a limited liability or something to that effect. I'm not really sure how that works. Anyway, Gulliver's World. Let me see. There's a 15-year-old girl. This one is just great. I was just having this conversation with somebody about policy. You know, sometimes you have to forego policy. Yes, I understand policies are put into place for, you know, to control things and keep things in perspective and stuff. But sometimes policy just doesn't matter. And this is a great example. But before that, I'm going to tell you the other one that I was checking out. Oh, well, you know, the one I talked about on the other podcast. It's like the girl that missed the one day of school. You know what I mean? Because her mom died and she went to the funeral. And now she's going to go on the field trip. I don't know. I mean, do you forego that? But anyway, this Down syndrome, this girl with Down syndrome, let's see if I found how old she is. She's 15 years old. She had Down syndrome. The attendants thought that she was old enough to ride alone. They didn't allow her. She wanted to go on with her mother. They didn't allow her mom to go in the cart with her. Apparently, she fell to her death. I think it was like a Ferris wheel or something like that. So, I guess she died from brain trauma or whatever. But the funniest one that I saw was Fabio on there. It's so funny. Apparently, he goes on this roller coaster, and they video it. So, there's kind of like this video. If you go to my Facebook, you can check it out. But anyway, Fabio gets hit by an airborne goose. He's all, ah! How do you even see if it's a goose at that point? You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, something slaps you in the face. His nose is all bloody and he's all like all worried about his hair. Don't worry about the goose blood, motherfucker. I'm worried about the cow's blood! Oh my gosh, and the girl next to him, you should see it. But anyway, watch it. And if you don't want to like go to my Facebook and everything, I'm going to be really dumb and tell you. You can just look it up on YouTube. But anyway, I think it broke his nose or whatever. And it's pretty funny. It is pretty funny. So anyway, I only have a few minutes left. So I wanted to go over some things. Let me see. Charles Orlando has something. I haven't really read the whole article, but I want to talk about it. And relationships is always good to talk about. And he has 5 reasons why men cheat. Now, like I said, I haven't read the article, so I don't want to be like Matt Walsh. But I'm gonna go back and do that. But the 5 reasons are, and I was wondering, I was wondering if this was just specific to men, or or what the situation is like that. But one of them is lack of emotional intimacy. Because I think that would apply for women as well. So I'm really not sure why it's the why men cheat thing. But that was number 1. Number 2, mental or relationship unhappiness. I'm really not sure what that means either. Relationship unhappiness. Isn't that just like, isn't that a given that somebody would cheat if they? Does somebody, if you're in a happy relationship, are you going to cheat? No? You know what? I think I do. See, I think there are people that say, yes, I'm in a great relationship, or I like my relationship, or I'm in a happy relationship, and then they cheat. I think they're lying to themselves. That's just my take on it. Because you hear that a lot of times. Okay, somebody's coming in. Hi, I'm still recording, sweetheart.
Hi.
Say hi. Say hi.
I'm gonna watch this video. So.
Okay, now Jack's in here too. Okay, now I have an arm. Anyways, Jack. Now I'm not gonna say Jack off, but I'm gonna say Jack out. Jack out. Okay. Anyway, so I was just wondering about that because I hear that a lot. Oh yeah, especially if you go on Ashley Madison. I don't want to mess up my current relationship and because I'm really happily married. But let's meet and fuck! Yeah! Dumbasses. You can't really buy that? Come on now. Mental unhappiness. What other kind of unhappiness is it? Because happiness is an emotion. So, I would never say that there's physical unhappiness. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to get on his ass about that. Anyway, reaffirm her desirability. I'm wondering if that means that you're gonna go out and fuck around so that you can come back and say, oh yeah, I do really like her after all. That's what I'm kind of thinking. And what's the point of doing that? Because, anyway, reaffirm her desirability. I don't think that that's really going to happen, because I think that if you're going to go out with somebody else, you're going to still be in that honeymoon period. You know what I mean? Like the excitement, the newness, and all that kind of stuff. So, bless you. So you're not comparing apples to apples. You're comparing the newness and the excitement and the adrenaline rush and all those kind of chemicals and all that stuff with somebody that you've been with for 15 years or whatever the case might be. That's just, it's not the same. It's not the same. It really isn't. Because, even as far as physically, your wife can be super, super hot, and then you can go out with this person that's not so hot, that wears the mom jeans and might have a little muffin top or whatever's going on there. Not saying that that's not cute, because sometimes that's cute, whatever. I'm saying that you might have that situation going on, and it's still not the same. You know what I mean? You might still have more desire for this other person. And it's just because of that newness. Anyway, let's see. Number 4, to re-experience feeling of romance. So I guess that's kind of what I was talking about in the last one. That whole newness kind of thing, that, that rush. Yeah. So it's funny because when you go to all that online stuff and you meet people, it's they want it to happen right away. It's like getting on a ride. You know what I mean? They just okay, I'm gonna get on this ride now. Everything's gonna be great. They want to experience that, and that's really not how the way it is. And then number 5, they have loneliness. I don't think that works. I think that you can be lonely when you're with somebody, but I don't think you're going to cheat because you're lonely. I think you're going to cheat because of another reason. And the loneliness is just a mask. But anyway. So I guess I'm going to sign off. Don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe to YouTube. And let me know about events, opportunities, and more, and send me messages on Facebook. And yes, on the one that says Gem, the Red Moon Woman, on that Facebook, I probably will talk to you there. And let me see. Special thanks to Blaine Humbles at Blaine Humbles Show, Charles Orlando, Lucas Cooney, I think that's how you say his name, and Matt Walsh. Thank you. And my amazing family, of course, my future supporters, and it just hasn't hit them yet. So, anyway, there's nothing more important than people. If we forget that, we're fucked. This is Jen signing off with everything I need. Enjoy your weekend.